Hi everyone, I'm Katie Wood.
I'm Ruby Wang.
And today on the stream we're going to be spending more time with Carl. He's a character in our upcoming VR game, Island Time. And last month, you might remember Adam told you a little bit about Carl, but this week we're going to be visiting with Ruby, who actually designed Carl, and we're going to talk a little bit more about him. So first, we're going to look at some of the artwork that Ruby made in the process of creating Carl, and then we're going to draw a little bit after that. And I'm going to move off screen a little bit so I'm not distracting in the background. But
Okay, hey guys, my name is Ruby Wang, and I'm a concept artist who work at Flight School Studio. And the concept artist basically is visual development artist. And mainly we do like character design, prop design, environment design, that kind of stuff. So anything that related to the art thing is my job. And my job on this project called Island Time is to do all the art design. And Adam, which you met last week, is my art director on this project. So he introduced you who Carl is, and today we're learning like how I create Carl and like the other elements in Island Time. So Carl, here he's this little guy on the screen.
he's so cute.
Yes, he's really cute. He's a crab. He's a really funny guy. He's like so encouraging, and he will be your best friend. So Island Time, if you don't know, is a VR game about you being on a really tiny island, and you have to survive as long as you can. So there'll be a lot of things that you can do on the island, and you have to create a fire. You have to cook fish. You have to fight with the seagull, and it's really fun, and it'll be released soon, and we have showed it in a convention, and it's been really well. So I'm really excited to show you guys Island Time. So let's take a look at Carl. He's a crab with really thick eyebrows and big eyes and really positive attitude. And we have some concept art that I can show you guys. Ooh. So here, so this little guy right here is the concept, the character concept that I did a long time ago, not really a long time ago, but like a few months ago. And when I first time designed this character, I like if you're designing the character in VR, you have to think about a lot of stuff, like because in VR, like people can see the character in a lot of different angle. So when you design it, you have to make sure that every angle looks perfect, and especially in VR, that is more difficult. So every time I designed a character, I started with thumbnails. So I tried to think about what is the good shape for this little crab, and I want to bring that shape language into my character design. So you can see that in this thumbnails, I try to use like different shape, like round shape and like more square-ish shape, and also trying to find that what is a character that we're looking for. And in the beginning of this project, we doesn't have like a specific character, like a personality for Carl. So as we like trying to figure out the character, and we also learn more things about him during the process. So you can see that here this little crab character, he's like more I don't know, angrier all the time, and some is dumb and some is nice, and some is just like I don't know what is this little guy over here, maybe he's just like I don't know, being stupid all the time. And so we pursue like I have this version, and I will send this version to Adam and to see what he think about this character, and he'll give me some feedback based on the ones I drew. And then here is the like a different version of Carl. And as I designed it, I have to figure out like how to make this character work in 3D, because sometimes when we do art, we just wanted to make the art pretty, but it doesn't really work in 3D environment. It's more like it's a difference between when you're an illustrator and you're a visual development artist. You have to know like what's the difference of these two. We are all creating art, but like in visual development, you have to make the art work. In illustration, well, you have to talk to the client and make sure your art communicates well. But in visual development, when you create something, you have to bring that character or that environment or whatever art you created to the next person that who can model it. So that's the big difference between visual development and an illustrator. So whenever I design the character, I have to make sure that that character can work in 3D. So the modeler won't hate me. So this is the other thumbnails I made. So you can see that for some character, I'm trying to figure out like what is the side view of that character, and also like what it possibly will look like when I have like form. You know, you have to draw form on it. I don't know whether that makes sense or not.
I think that makes sense.
Okay, that's good. And so this is the other one, and also so this is like the third pass. So I showed the previous ones to Adam, my art director, and then he gave me some feedback. He said that, oh, I like this little guys, I like that little guys, can you combine this with that? So eventually I come down with this version is like so we kind of have like a broad idea what we want this little guy to look like. So I draw more designs based on that, and you can see that we kind of like that, like the Carl has like a big claw, but his right hand is like much smaller than the other one. That's really cute. And we're trying to figure out like, oh, do you want to do like really tall eyes? Do you want to have a little stick, like a little stick over here for his eyes? Or we just wanted to like maybe the eyeballs attach just on his body. And also we think that the eyebrows is really cute when it's not attached on the eye or on his face. So, but in order for that to work, we have to figure out like, oh, if we look at it in a 3D, if we look at this character from top down, does it make sense with his eyebrow, or he's just like two black rectangular stuff floating like in the air or something? So that's a thing that we have to figure out as well. And so we have this character design. So we come down to like the final design of the Carl is like he has one big eyes and one smaller one, and one big claw and the one smaller one, and he has like little chubby like sausage like legs. What is that called? And after you have the like a final character design, we have to do like character facial expressions, and to see what this character actually look like when it moves. So these are like the inspiration of like what Carl really looks like when he do something. So when we come down this point, we have to figure out like so what is this character really is, and what is this character will react when he encounters some situation. So he's a crab on the island, and he's like I don't know, maybe he can be like because he's like really boring and he's bored all the time, so maybe he can be like this, like he doesn't care so much, or he can be like really positive, like when you need something for him to help, he will like eager to help you. And or he can be like angry, really angry if you mess something up. So we're trying to figure out what's the personality of this character, and we come down with an idea that is inspired by our team member in Flight School Studio, and he's kind of the guy that who is like really cheerful, and he's funny, and he's eager to help you, and he's like always really supportive. So we kind of wanted to bring that personality into Carl. So we kind of have like, we design like other facial. We have to figure out like how the facial works. So he's happy all the time, so we have like a lot of like happy expressions. Then we have to decide like how the eyebrows gonna how tall the eyebrows can be without looking weird. And then we have to figure out like, because he has like this little round belly shape over here. So one thing that we find it difficult is when the Carl move his mouth, how this shape gonna work, because for his shell is like so solid. So are we gonna treat it like a pattern or like a texture pattern, or are we gonna treat it like a separate thing? So we eventually treat it like a pattern. So if Carl's mouth open wide like this, so these little lines will like goes down a little, and we have to control that it doesn't go too far, otherwise it looks so weird. And we also have to figure out that the eyebrows placement, that is it like a little forward for the how to say, off the center, or is like a little backward, or is like at the front. So this is really important when you see a character from top down, that you can also you can know that that is his eyebrow, not something floating in the air. Okay, so another really cute stuff, like I wish like people will notice it, because I really like it, is when you see Carl's back, I want to have a little butt shape on his back. So if he turns, then you can see a little his butt over here. I think it's really cute. But I mean, I think in a game that he's always like facing you, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're lucky, maybe you can see his little butt.
Hidden feature in there.
Yeah. And we also have this encounter this problem is like he has really round big eyes, and he doesn't really has eyelids. So we're thinking about when Carl blink, does he really has eyelids that will close his eyes, cover his eyes, or it's just like a really cartoonic stuff? It's like the dots becomes like a dash kind of thing. So those things we have to figure out. And also because in VR, I think there's like how to say, it's not like animation. You can do a lot of details, and you can push the character to whatever, how like as complicated as you can. So in VR, you have to keep everything really simple in order to make the game work. I don't know how to explain it. I think somebody else can explain it like better than me. So when you design a character, you have to keep it simple. And our modeler Brendan did it really well with the low poly model, but also keep the high poly feeling of the character. I think it's really good. So so I'm just gonna show you some other concept that I did for Island Time. So oh yeah, so when I design the character, I also have to give the modeler like the really clear guidelines or instruction. So I have to explain like how this character works, and how the shape of his hand claw works, or like so everything about this character I have to know like exactly how it's gonna work. So the modeler can build the model based on my design. So these are the design that I provided to our modeler Brendan. And there are some other designs. So Island Time is a game that you're stuck on a tiny island, so there must be a lot of fish that you have to eat to survive. So I designed a lot of fish for this game as well. So we try to make those fish characters like as goofy as possible. So here are some like thumbnails, like finding basic shape, finding big shape for those fishes. Fish.
And a lot of fish.
Yeah, it's a lot of fish. And also you have to remember every fish you design have to work in the 3D environment. I also have a little turtle over here.
He snuck in there.
Yeah. And I have this crazy idea about like a fish with a bone stick out, and it just like the fish's bone doesn't work that way, but it's just funny. And I sent it to Adam and he really liked it, so eventually we picked this idea and do something more. And we have some coconut designs, other fish, puffer fish. Yeah, and we like every fish you eat, it turns into this kind of bone fish combination stuff. Don't know how to call it. And we also because like in this game we don't know that whether we have time to create all different kind of fish. So we come up with the idea like we have this basic fish, and we change the pattern of the fish to indicate like different purpose or different function of the fish. So for example, we have this ninja fish, is dodgy fish. Mainly is like this, when you see this fish, you want to grab him and he will like run really fast like a ninja thing. And we also have like fish who has pattern of airplanes. So we try to make it like as funny as possible.
Like a flying fish.
Yeah, like a flying fish that will actually fly over the island or something. And and in our game, like we like the initial ideas is that we wanted to have a kraken in the end. And so in the end of the game, you'll realize that you are the person who is not on the island, is on a big, huge kraken. So you will see the kraken, and the kraken's eyes will pretend to be a rock. So at some point, like the rock will reveal to be an eye, and they'll shock you, and the kraken will take you to somewhere, or all the tentacles will like drag you to see the whole ocean or something. So that was the idea, but it's not gonna show in the game anymore. Or if you play hard, maybe you can see him. Who knows? So we have like some tentacles designs for the kraken, and some like crazy ideas for the kraken. Well, I used to think that I have the idea like the kraken can be like a yoga master, and he's like doing the yoga pose, and you kind of disturb him, so he kind of wake up and drag you, or you have to fight him or something. And some island design. So this is like the island map, and this is really important for the modeler as well, because he has to place things on the right spot. So the kraken's eyes is used to be over here, and it will pretend to be a big rock. And some other seagull design. I have fun with designing these seagulls. And the other friend is our shark. A shark is in our game is more like a dog-ish character that will play with you, and you have to trick him, and you have to do something to make him happy. And some other like shark design. So when I designed this character, we kind of wanted to be like a dog / shark kind of thing. So it's like a pet that you can have on the island. So these are like some designs I made. And also the big thing about this game is the water, the ocean. So we have to figure out like what the ocean will look like. So I'm trying to find like different patterns for the water without being too realistic. And some wood art. Yeah, in this game you have to cook fish, like constantly cooking fish, otherwise we'll die. So we need to create some art for logs, and when it burns, what does it turn it into? Some paintings for tiny island time, sorry. Some kraken. And also in this game you can see your hands because you have to hold stuff and you have to pick up stuff to craft something. So we have hand design, some palm tree, and airplane. So this airplane is like in this game at some moment that you will see a plane flying by, and we wanted to let the player to think that you gotta get rescued by somebody, but instead of that you kind of accidentally do something to crush it. Spoiler. So, and like some rocks designs for the island, and there's two kind of rocks. It's like the normal rocks, the regular rocks, and there's also like pointy edgy rocks that you can create fire. So the first thing in island time you have to learn is to create fire. And some watch that reveals like your lifetime, and it will like warn you if you're going to die. So I think that's pretty much it.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Brandon Oldenburg wants to know where did you learn to draw so fast?
I don't think I draw that fast compared to other people, but I think it's all comes down to practice. I think you just have to constantly practice a lot, and as you practice, you kind of like how do I say it? Like it's like a muscle memory. Like it keep your hands more steady, like steadier. Mm-hmm. So every time you draw something, you kind of recall like the things that you drew before, and you don't have to like figure out like the structure of the thing. You can just like draw it from imagination, and you can draw it from your mind, and that makes you faster, I think. And just like the way to do more practice is just do more life drawings. Like when you are on the bus or you're waiting for something, and if you are in a coffee shop or you are talking with friends, you just like draw people, draw them, and draw whatever, like draw a table, a cup, or something. That will it's like you just like constantly having this muscle memory by drawing a lot of stuff, and eventually it will makes your I don't know, like speed faster. Yeah, I think. Yeah, but I don't think I draw that fast.
Everyone here thinks she is a speed. She is very fast.
Yeah, well. And we can also show some Carl animation that I think this is some testing that we made. Arrow.
Oh,
is it gonna work?
I don't know. It's being weird all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, I think we're not gonna show it.
We'll see if it loads. And maybe we can show it.
Maybe later.
Playing like a second ago.
Yes. So today I'm gonna show you guys how to draw a car.
Yeah. We also have a request.
Yeah.
To draw Teddy as a crab, which we could maybe Tackle that after you draw a normal Carl.
We can totally do that.
Start with base Carl and work our way into
Sure.
the Teddy version.
So Carl is a really simple character. You can see over here he has a really large basic shape, and this shape is similar to if you have tried it before or you see it in Japanese restaurant. Ooh, let me see if it works or not. Okay, it works. So there's a thing that you can find it in Japanese supermarket. There's this stuff, and according to Google, we called it a rice ball. Is that rice ball like this? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Rice ball.
Rice ball with a little seaweed.
Yeah, a little seaweed over here, and this is like rice and has like some meat inside. So when you think about Carl, it's a hard name to pronounce. Well, think about this little crab. You think about rice ball. You think about this rice ball is looking so triangular-ish. Why we make it how can we smash it into a rounder shape? Then oh my god, this is Carl's basic shape. It's a round-ish rice ball. Yes. And so let me do this.
It doesn't have a seaweed diaper or anything.
No. The seaweed diaper. The seaweed diaper here is more square-ish, rectangular-ish. But when you think about Carl, you have to make those edgy, rectangular shape rounder. So you put a round stuff over here. Round stuff over here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, like his belly. And you connect it nicely to his back. So, okay, I'm gonna draw a bigger version. See, a rice ball, but rounder. And adding some lines will help you to see the dimension of this character. So just do whatever you need to do. And we have to add a little seaweed thing on his belly, right? So we add it over here and we connect it nicely to the back. Okay, the next thing, if you remember what he looks like, he has 2 big eyeballs. So just add it. Drawing circle. It's really easy. Just drawing 2 circles over here. 1 big, 1 small. Now you have it. Ooh, I think I'm off center now. 1 big.
You can follow along at home if you want and draw your own Carl. Step-by-step Carl process.
Yes. And he's super happy, always super happy. So when you smile, you have move your cheek and your lower eyelid slightly goes up a little. So when you draw happy face, you always draw like this, right? Okay, so for Carl, it's also like this. It's lower eyelid. Gonna move this little guy here. Nope. So now we have to add his iris. Is that iris? Over here. A black dot. Well, because he's being too happy, so the black area is slightly bigger than usual, and it's fine because he's exciting. And remember, he has really thick eyebrows, So when you are happy, your eyebrows look like this. So let's add that for Carl. Two rectangular seaweed on the top of his eyes. Okay? And then erase that extra lines, messy lines. And because he's super happy, but a little shy, so he's gonna open his mouth like this, like you're drawing a bean.
Yeah, bean.
Like this. Bean looks like this, right? So you are drawing a bean, and with little square teeth. And add a sunset over here. And make the bean black. Bring back the sunset. I mean, his tongue. So that is him. So I noticed that the shape is a little off. So we're gonna transform scale. Okay. Shouldn't make that sound. So now we have to add his little feet. So for crab, they have like 8 little sausage feet. But for Carl, we have to limit it to 6 because 4 just too much. So we can add it over here and we can make it like really simple, broad and simple. So this will be if you think about a vampire's teeth, like this. Vampire looks like this, right? Hey, this teeth stuff. Okay. And for Carl, he has arms, like a sausage arm. So create a hole over here. A tube. Add a donut over here. And he's too big. Let me shrink him. And you add his big claw over here. How to draw a big claw? You just like draw like a circle, but not quite circle. You connect this part, the end part, together, like a raindrop, like this, but like fatter. Yes. And then you can add a line, a smooth line, following the form to the tip. And he has other arm. Don't forget his other arm. A little tube. A donut in perspective. And he's like slightly smaller claw. Claw. It's a really hard word to pronounce. Oh my god! OMG! So now you have Carl. But really important stuff is he has this little, what is that? Kite shape, oh, diamond shape pattern over here. So if you are going fancier, you can add those patterns on. And so now you can draw him. Now you know how to draw him. And then, so after you've done amazing drawing, this is not really amazing, but I think you can do better than me. We can put him on a surface. Like an island or whatever. Like this. So the backstory, the unofficial backstory of Island Time, what I think is on this island, like people accidentally land on this island and to survive, but a lot of people can't survive that long time. So there are a lot of like little human skull on this island. So add your friend. This is your friend, Mr. Skull. Skull?
Yeah, Carl thinks all these guys are his friends, right?
Yeah.
The player is his friend.
You are his friend. Let's use a little stick to support it. Add another one or not. And we can add like some grass or foliage right here. Get rid of this dialogue thing. So now, once we have it, let's give Carl some color. So, it's really simple to do color. Not really simple, but we can do it really fast. So we turn the opacity to like lower so we can barely see him but also see him. And we create another layer. This is the color layer. So we bring him up a little. And we can use lasso tool. Lasso tool is a really fun tool to use. So when you use it, you have to go over here, and so you can like lasso it. Keep lassoing it. So you have the shape. We're not gonna do it like perfectly. It's just a little demo. So you lasso the shape, and you give him the local color. And then we have his body. We can add his eyes. I want to separate the eye because it's much easier for me, so I don't have to be careful. If you know what I mean. Other eye. We have his little tiny legs and his arm. Give that, pick this color. Ah. Well, as you fill out the local color to the character, you can also like adjust the shape that you drew. Because sometimes the thickness of the line work will trick you. So we have all that, and we have a land. Make it bigger, make it bigger.
You're making it look so easy, Ruby.
No, well, it's just lasso tool, so everybody can do lasso tool. Oh, don't forget the eyebrow, the rectangular shape. Ah. And also the mouth. And we add your little friend, his little friend. Over here with a stick, with leaves. Nope, nope. We add leaves at the background. Oh, I just think that, oh, maybe we can make this girl Teddy. So we can do two things at once.
Teddy is another one of our artists, by the way. Might
Yeah.
be thinking teddy bear, but it's...
Yeah, it's a funny bunny.
Yeah, Teddy's awesome.
That is awesome. So here, because I'm being lazy, so I just fill out without really trying to make it pretty. So if we take out, so we can see Carl over here with his happy face, just give him a random background, or maybe okay, or it should be like blue background. Well, let's make it more neutral. So now we're gonna figure out the form for this character. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this brush. So do a little testing here. Something like this. This brush is from Tonko House. And you can have their brush if you buy their course on schoolism. So in order to make this brush work, I have to change the setting to be more softer, so I don't have to press so hard. So it goes like this. It's more easier for me. So now you just like apply color. Oh, there's a little trick over here. Delete that. There's a little trick over here. You have this shape over here, and like you don't want to draw outside the shape because you have to fix it all the time, and it's like really annoying. So if you click this button, you're not able to draw outside this shape. But if you don't use it, you will draw outside this, paint outside this shape. So I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna use big brush, always big brush first. And then you try to mix all the color together. So you might be thinking you're his belly. We will treat that later.
Get his belly back.
So you're just adding darker and darker color. Now I'm trying to do like neutral lighting over here. Trying not to add like any sunlight or whatever colored light. quickly adding color as it go up. You get a little bluer, depends on the environment that you are in. And under the eye, it should be darker because it's covered with shadow of the eye.
Almost feels like you're putting makeup on him.
Yeah.
Just patting his face with powder.
Yeah. Like people say that if you know how to do makeup, no, is it the other way? If you know how to draw, like you're better at doing makeup.
I believe that, yeah.
Yeah, I think in some ways it's kind of the same thing, but also not the same.
Yeah, you gotta have a steady hand. I can't even line my eyes properly. But I'm sure if I was more artistic, maybe I'd have a bit of a better time.
Well, I only know how to do the basic makeup, so
that's all you really need.
Yeah. So, okay. It becomes so red over here. It's like two monitors, two different color.
Oh yeah, it looks real red on the screen, but not so much on your tablet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it looks like.
It's looking good on my end.
Well, what can I do? So, and we adding his eye.
I believe this is Teddy, but he said it looks like a crab. So.
No, it's supposed to be a crab. It's supposed to be a crab, Teddy. So for Kara, it's not like really hard, but also really hard. He has a lot of round shape. So like you have to make it make everything turns. That will you have to give a lot of effort to that. And so just keep adding.
It's amazing how much just putting in highlight and shadow has given it so much roundness already, I feel like.
Yeah. We're not gonna go too far because I don't think we have that much time.
Yeah, about 10 more minutes.
Okay, we can do a lot of stuff in 10 minutes. Let's speed up. I'm not really speeding up. Well. Okay. Bring back his eyes. bring back his eye. Nope, nope.
Got such an innocent look in his eyes.
No.
He doesn't know the horrors of the island. He doesn't mind that so many of his friends have passed away because he always gets a new friend. So.
Yeah, there's always some people who landed on the island. You have to survive.
It's a lighthearted game, but I guess there's sort of a dark undertone there with Carl if you think about it.
Or maybe he sees too much.
Yeah.
That's gonna overcome it and like become, I don't know, accept the nature thing. I don't know how to say.
The circle of life.
The circle of life. It's life. People comes and die. So speed up because we only have some minutes left. Okay, this add his belly. Oh, there's another thing is you can use the clipping mask, which means that you add another layer and wrong layer. And when you draw it, it won't like paint outside the layer of your mother layer. I call it mother layer and children layer. So if you add Carl's belly, you don't have to worry about like drawing outside his big body shape. And you can also use this, the mask stuff. I don't know how to call it actually. The square thing that you can find in Photoshop. So you want to draw like outside this range, which is really useful. I find it really helpful, and it makes my painting process like faster because I don't draw like really neat and careful way. I think. I mean, for some people I draw really neat, but like for me myself, I always think that I'm really messy. So you can add his belly, and it's more dark, and we only have 7 minutes left. Yeah, 7?
5, but we can go 7.
Well,
It's
it's
awesome.
alright. It's alright.
A couple minutes, not a big deal.
We can add that. Steal some color from the previous one. It goes faster than I thought.
I know.
Compared
you've
to
done
last
such a good
time.
job.
Yeah, maybe because I'm like painting, so yeah. It's always like I dive into some paintings I really enjoy, and like time just like flies like crazy.
Get in the zone.
Yeah, and like grow older and I don't know.
You're 20 years older now. Ruby.
Yeah, 20
It's
years
been
older.
so long, yeah.
So long. Oh my god, my life. It's it's always like that. Always like something you enjoy really much, and you just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The universe wouldn't allow you to have that kind of luxury. I don't know, time they can enjoy.
Alessandro would like you to draw a fedora on Carl. I don't know if we have enough time, but
We can. We will always have time for that.
all right. Crazy accessory time.
Yeah.
We'll throw a hat on and maybe something else.
Okay. So what layer is this? Okay. In the shadow, easy to treat, and we can add a quick shadow for this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Blah.
A mustache is another. We got quite a few requests. We've got a mustache, 2 mustaches, a neck beard, and gloves for his claws.
Oh, we will do everything you want. We will do
Oh, no.
everything.
We get a lot of requests all of a sudden.
Okay. Let me do this, guys.
I think the mustache is a must-have.
Is that a pun?
It was a bad one.
Is that a pun?
It was very bad.
Okay. So, how much time do I have?
About I'll say 5 minutes.
Okay.
But we can go over a little bit. It's all good.
Well, let me do this really quick. And stick. Give you a random color stick. Cause you're in the shadow, so you should be in the shadow. Whatever. This is ugly. Come on. Okay. Well, but he has like eyebrows.
Yeah.
Okay, let's deal with his teeth first.
Oh right. I forgot about his 2 teeth.
Yeah, he's being too happy. His tongue. Suddenly goes too cartoonic. Doesn't match with the painting, but whatever, right? So what did you say?
All right, we have a fedora. Do you know what a fedora is?
Is this is that?
That's close. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. A little fedora hat. Which I like that it floats over his eyebrows. Is awesome.
Also floating, just like his eyebrow.
Perfection.
Or it should be like this.
Just resting.
No, it should be like rotation.
Oh, hey, there we go.
Oh, hello.
Greetings. I think that's what greeting crustaceans is what Alessandro said earlier. I can't see.
Okay,
but
and what?
we've got a mustache request, which
That
fits
one
with
is
his kind of his fedora hat thing he's got going on.
Okay.
And then we have gloves.
Gloves.
I know, fingerless gloves. But
Fingerless.
either way, it's gonna be a little tough.
I think it would look like this somehow.
More like mittens, yeah.
Fingerless. Let me give you some patterns. Is that what you want?
I think so. From the chat, it seems like this is what they want.
Okay.
You're doing good.
Okay. So this is good enough.
We have, I guess, there's a couple hobo requests.
What is hobo?
It's like tattered, kind of old stuff. So like,
What?
could you do a pipe, like a
Oh,
corn
okay.
cob pipe?
Where
And
should
then we'll
I?
call it good after the pipe. There we go. What a gloved gentleman he is.
colored the pipe. We need to have some smoke. Because it's a really fancy pipe, so it has like reflection. I don't know, highlight. Yes, highlight number.
There we go.
Oh,
Perfect.
hello.
All right. We will make sure to save him because he's awesome. I'm swooping back in.
What is this? Okay, well, we don't have that much time to do that.
Yeah. So thank you, Ruby. Did a fantastic job introducing everyone to Carl. So we're just going to end it here. If you want to stay up to date with what we're doing at Flight School, follow us on Twitter at Flight School HQ or on Facebook at facebook.com/FlightSchoolStudio. We also have an email newsletter, and you can sign up at islandtimevr.com.
Islandtimevr.com.
There we go.
See you.
All right. See more Island Time stuff later on in the month, so tune back in.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks.